Welcome to the Hecht podcast. I'm Dennis Hecht, your guide to branding, marketing, and visual media storytelling. Over the last 6 episodes, we've built a foundation for wrestlers, gym owners, athletes, and entrepreneurs looking to grow their brands. This season has been about delivering value, real, actionable insights without any strings attached. Whether you're here to build a business, establish yourself as a performer, or take your side hustle to the next level, these lessons apply to you. Today we're wrapping up Season 1 with a review of all 6 episodes. I'll break down the key takeaways, share why they matter, and show you how they connect to your journey. I'll also share what's coming in Season 2, a shift in tone, a little bit less structure, and more real stories from my life and work behind the scenes. Let's reflect, let's plan, and most importantly, let's build something amazing together. Why listen to this episode? In this episode, we'll revisit the highlights from Season 1, ensuring you've captured the most valuable lessons. You'll gain fresh insights into branding, storytelling, and creating momentum for your goals. What you'll learn in this episode. The most important lessons from Season 1, how these lessons apply to you, what's changing in Season 2, how to access my upcoming ebook for free, and opportunities to collaborate or be featured on the podcast. Reflecting on Episode 1. In the very first episode, I introduced you to the concept of brand mentality. Pro wrestlers, gym owners, athletes, your brand is your story. It's the reason people believe in you, trust you, and invest in what you do. We talked about how your brand isn't just your logo or your Instagram feed, it's how you make people feel when they see you perform, step into your gym, or connect with your business. Key takeaway. Your brand is more than a product, it's your reputation. Nurture it every day by being consistent and authentic. Reflecting on Episode 2. Building your presence without breaking the bank. In Episode 2, we tackled the challenge of building your presence without spending a fortune. I shared tips on leveraging social media, DIY photography, and finding creative ways to make an impact. For wrestlers, it's about sharing your journey in the ring and on the road. For gym owners, it's about showing off your community and results. Key takeaway. Be resourceful, but don't be afraid to invest in quality when it matters. Your brand deserves to look its best. Reflecting on Episode 3, the power of storytelling and branding. Episode 3 was all about storytelling, the heart of every great brand. I shared examples from the wrestling world showing how legends like Mick Foley and Stone Cold Steve Austin used storytelling to turn themselves into icons. Gym owners and entrepreneurs, your story is just as powerful. Why did you start? What do you stand for? Share that, and people will follow. Key takeaway. Your story isn't just what you say. It's how you say it and how you make people feel. Own your story and don't be afraid to evolve it. Reflecting on Episode 4. Common branding mistakes and how to fix them. In Episode 4, we addressed common branding mistakes, being inconsistent, neglecting your audience, and overthinking perfection. I've seen so many wrestlers focus on their next gimmick instead of building a connection with fans. Gym owners, some of you spend more time designing the perfect flyer than engaging with the people who walk through your doors. That's okay, it's never too late to change these things. Key takeaway. Stop overthinking, start connecting. Focus on the people, and the rest will follow. Reflecting on Episode 5. Highlighting what sets you apart. Episode 5 was about differentiation. What makes you different from the rest? For wrestlers, it's not just your moves, it's your entire persona. For gym owners, it's not just your equipment, it's your culture. I shared examples of businesses and performers who found their niche and dominated it by leaning into what made them unique. Key takeaway. Lean into what makes you special. Your uniqueness is your greatest strength. This episode brought to you by Main Event Pros. From highlight reels to full branding strategies, we help pro wrestlers, gym owners, and athletes make their mark. Ready to take your brand to the next level? Visit maineventpros.com today. Reflecting on Episode 6. Rebranding yourself and your business. Finally, in episode 6, we dove into rebranding, when and how to do it. Using examples like Stone Cold Steve Austin's transformation, I showed how reinvention can unlock new levels of success. We also talked about the courage it takes to leave behind what isn't working and double down on what does. Key takeaway: rebranding is about clarity. Be clear about who you are, what you offer, and why it matters. What's next in Season 2? As we move into Season 2, the podcast will take more of a personal tone. I wanted to share my stories, what I've learned from growing up in New York City, building brands for the last decade, and working behind the camera for wrestlers, gyms, and entrepreneurs. You'll hear about struggles, victories, and lessons I wish someone had told me earlier. I'll also bring on guests, pro wrestlers, gym owners, and athletes, among many others, who will share their own journey. The format will be a lot less structured, more real, no filters, no fluff, no bullshit. Just stories, insights, and advice to help you keep building. As a thank you for being part of this journey, I'm offering my upcoming ebook, The Champion's Guide to Branding, for free to those who sign up at maineventpros.com. Simply sign up for our newsletter by February 20th, 2025, and receive the book on March 3rd, 2025. After that, it'll be made available in print and audiobook later in the year. This is your playbook for building a brand that works, whether you're in the ring, in the gym, or running a business. Be a guest on the podcast. If you're a pro wrestler, gym owner, athlete, or entrepreneur with a story to share, I'd love to hear from you. Email us at info@maineventpros.com to be a guest on the podcast. Let's talk about your brand, your journey, and what you've learned along the way. Okay, that's a wrap on Season 1 of the Hecht podcast. Thank you for listening, sharing, and being a part of this community. I can let my hair down a little bit more. Season 1 was really aimed at enriching you all with some advice that will take you to the next level. Season 2, I'm absolutely going to take a much more relaxed tone, and let's tell some stories. Let's continue to help folks. I'd love to hear from you all. Can't wait to do the first few interviews and get back into the swing of a conversational podcast. Those are fun. But as we head into Season 2, I hope you'll join me for a much deeper, much more personal dive into the struggles and victories that come with building something great. Don't forget to sign up at maineventpros.com for the free ebook before February 20th. And if you'd like to be a guest, email us at info@maineventpros.com. Until next time, keep working, keep grinding, and keep being you.